kill a man for that money, Diana.
And I ain't tell you to do that.
So Diana is someone who over the course of this second season is showing us why she's going to be the Tejada's new queen. We all know Monet's not been quite with it this season, but Diana is someone who's leveled up. She was the one who made Lorenzo's release possible, with Tariq's help of course. But Tariq now finds himself in trouble, and he's going to need the help of a lot of people around him, and Diana is someone who Tariq could do with, because she knows exactly who would have been behind Tariq going to jail. She, just like Tariq, is someone who doesn't trust Kane. So I think we could even see Diana working with Tariq later on this season to send Kane away, because he's gone one step too far. So in this video, we're going to have a look at how Diana's done playing second fiddle to Monet, and how she's going to step up to rise in the ranks of the Tejada organization, linking in how she's used some of the 48 laws of power to create her own opportunity and advantage, and how she's taken on the teachings of both Monet and Effie. But of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But let's start with how Diana's playing second fiddle to Monet, because it's clear for everyone to see. She also feels like her talents under Monet are being wasted, because we all saw how in season 1 she told Monet that she wanted to go college and play ball herself. In season 2 episode 2 she also told Monet that she wanted to go accounting school to get her MBA, not because of Tariq, because she felt it would benefit Zeke and their family business. And she's also been questioning Monet's decision making long before season 2, especially in this scene where she questioned Monet what if she's wrong about people, because Monet had all her kids playing specific positions, and she's been wrong about Diana and what she's capable of. Diana has definitely been underestimated, but season 2 is where we've actually started to see Diana making her own moves, because she knows Monet's not quite the same anymore after what happened with Rico at the end of season 1. In the first episode, she questioned Monet with how paranoid she was, because she was thinking about the blowback from killing Rico. We often talk about Kane, who is someone who acts first and thinks later, but where do you think he's got this from? Monet killing Rico was a very much Kane-like move, because she made the move without having thought about all of her chess moves. After she killed Rico, she got into the car and then tried to get in touch with Ramirez for his help, but by that point, he was already dead, because Kane killed him. And just while we're on Rico and Monet, I still think there's a very good chance that Mecca could have been Rico's supplier, which is why he came back to New York, because Monet was fucking with his business by killing Rico. So I really wouldn't be surprised if this is why Mecca came back to New York, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who finds it strange that he's conveniently come back when there's a vacant supplier position available. But Monet really didn't think her decision through, because it left them without a connect. She's now paranoid that there's going to be a revenge attack, and now she's making an exit strategy out of the blue, which doesn't include Kane or Lorenzo, which caused a huge rebellion under her nose with Dru and Diana. And Diana has recognized it straight away, because she's seen the bigger picture, especially with Monet's disappearing acts in episode 4. She knows that something's up, and she's losing control over the Tejada family business, with her constantly disappearing, and the way she turned around and laughed at the product when it was switched by the powdered sugar. She also twice pulled her gun in episode 1, and the second time being after she made a stupid decision to stop her car to buy something for Dru when they had product in the back trunk. But this is where we start to see for the first time this season how Diana took on board what Monet told her in season 1 when Uncle Frank came back home. She taught her that women have certain power and control over men, and she needs to be able to see these signs, which she did in this situation. So we talk about Tariq having many mentors like Ghost, Kanan, Tommy, Tasha, Dre and 2-Bit as well. The same could be said about the other characters. We're watching Kane being mentored by Mecca, and we're also seeing Diana learn from Monet and Effie as well. And she used a combination of Monet and Effie's mentoring to create her own opportunity, which ended up with Lorenzo's release. It started with Monet telling her that a lover makes you weak, but having a partner makes you strong. And she was referring to Tariq, who's his own man, but ironically Monet is the one who isn't even taking her own advice, but Diana has, so far, which we'll get to later on in this video. But she then took on board what Effie opened her eyes to, with Kane swapping the product, to then creating her own opportunity, using one of the 48 laws of power. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. Diana did this by thriving in the environment and circumstances that she is playing for power in. She learned how Kane had made the move to get back in with their family with the powdered sugar move, and how he was playing the game. So Diana knew that she had to do the same and also play the game. So instead of telling Tariq that Monet was fine with the product being switched, she told him that she was pissed, and she was the one who smoothed it over with Monet, and she did this so Tariq owes her a favor, and she cashed in on that favor to get a referral needed to get a meeting with Davis McLean, which of course ended up with Lorenzo's release. So Diana certainly played the game. With this law of power, you have to have control over your emotions, over people, and she controlled her emotions and feelings for Tariq to get shit done. Because again, she saw the bigger picture. She used a combination of Monet and Effie's teachings and the money that was in the bar safe as well, and just like that, Lorenzo's home. And the game is going to change in the second half of the season, as we've all seen from the clip that I played for you at the beginning of this video. So notice how we've seen the tone change of the kids when they speak to Monet, with the way Zeke and Kane called Monet by her name directly to her face, which was never the case before. And now we're going to see Diana stepping up to Monet for the first time when she tells her that she didn't ask her to kill the man for the money that she took. Monet's normal reaction in this situation would normally be to set her kids straight for talking back to her and definitely punishing them in a way we've seen her doing before in this scene. But this is when she had some form of control over Dru and Diana. But with Lorenzo now out of prison, her thought process is going to be all over the place, and I don't think we're going to see Monet reacting the way she normally would. And something I'm intrigued to see is, will Lorenzo let Diana go to school now that he's out of prison as well? Because we know he was happy for her to do that in season 1, so let's wait and see. Because if he does, then I think we could see Diana learning from Effie even more, because Effie knows how to manage both school and moving weight. But let's talk about Diana helping Tariq, because she was able to put 2 and 2 together about Kane's real motives and how they aren't exactly the best for the Tejadas. But again, instead of telling Monet, she used it to her advantage to strong arm her own brother in helping Tariq, and Kane turned around and said this.
It might make it a you problem if I tell Monet you're the one who sugared the coke.
You acting just like Monet, thinking you know shit, putting under pressure with fake news.
Fake news?
So you're just acting like Monet, and that's because Diana's leveled up, and there's the evidence to show it. But the move that Kane pulled may have benefited him in getting back in with the Tejadas and Mecca, because now Kane is the plug. But it also opened Diana's eyes to what Kane is willing to do to get where he wants. So I'm sure she'll realize that it was Kane who was the one who set Tariq up, because she knows that it was Kane who was the one who killed Ramirez and would be the only one who had the badge. So I really wouldn't be surprised if they came together to frame Kane and get him out of the way, because that is the greater good. It would be the similar move to what Tasha and Ghost pulled with Kanan, but it needs to be done because they have to get rid of Kane because of his unpredictability, him acting first and thinking later. Although he is showing some smarts this season, he still is someone who's playing checkers, not chess. So Diana working with Tariq to get rid of Kane, I can definitely see it happening, but there is still so many other factors that come into play. There's Lorenzo, who will have each player playing their position, and Mecca won't want to get rid of his most prized asset that brings him information on the Tejadas and is basically his inside man. There's also the question about which side Kane will pick when Lorenzo takes control, because we know Lorenzo favors Dru and Diana is daddy's girl, so there is still so much more to consider when it comes to Kane. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about all things Diana and how she's leveling up this season. Drop all your comments down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.